Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm Jessica Abernathy, and with me today is Trisha Montgomery, and you are listening to Pets Are Family. All right, Trisha, we're back for another episode, and it's a part two.
Uno, dos.
Part two. We're moving on up. Look at me. I'm not going to sing. I'm not singing because I sound.
Sing.
Yeah, I'm not singing, but I mean, that's a first for us.
That's my job. That's my job.
Yes, it is.
I was singing Prince to you this morning.
Yes, you were.
Raspberry Beret. I was singing Raspberry Beret to you this morning. It's not a day unless I sing, guys.
And it's so funny because in my head I'm like, who sings that? It is Prince.
It's Trisha. Trisha sings that. Nobody else sings that. It's me. Who's Prince? I'm the one who sings it to you.
I know it's you, but I'm in my head going, who sings that? I'm like, I know the song, but who sings that song?
It's hard to decipher actually what it is whenever I sing it. Is that what you're saying? I am such an awful singer.
No, you're a great singer. I'm just thinking.
Like, dug yourself in a corner on that one.
No, you're a great singer. I'm just trying to figure out who YouTube's going to shut me down for.
Got it.
Yeah.
Jessica, I love how your flowers are always blooming in your background. I commented this morning earlier that your background looks like one of those made-up backgrounds from Zoom, that maybe you should snapshot that picture and then you could sell your background.
Yeah, and if you could actually see, I was going to say, if you could actually really see what's in the background, you'd be, no. I mean, I got files on the floor. Baby Yoda's a little messed up. I got my Baby Yoda blanket. Love Baby Yoda. And yeah, my bed's full. The spare bed is full of stuff. I do really well at making the screen look pretty. The rest of it is a hot mess like I am.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
So we have got part 2 coming up. We had last week Joni on, and we talked for such a long time. We actually had to cut it into a 2-parter. And that was it was great conversation. It was just absolutely amazing. And the items that she shared. You had something that you were telling me about earlier. Was it North Carolina? The Humane Society in North Carolina? Was there something with that, Jessica?
Yeah, I'm almost positive it was North Carolina. I mean, it was a Carolina. Okay. Let's go that route. But during COVID, like me, it is a Carolina. Yeah, but there's 2 of them. It's got to be one of them. But during COVID, we were doing for naps. We were doing a call every night with the people, just because with the business owners, because we didn't know what was going on, obviously.
Right.
Nobody knew what was going on. So we were pulling people in, like lawyers, HR people, just to try to figure out what was going on. But I pulled in a director of a humane society because we were trying to figure out what people were going to do with all these dogs that were going out to be fostered. Yeah. And as pet sitters, how can we help keep them with the fosters, because now we're hoping they'll get adopted, which a lot of them did, because we didn't open up right away, so they kept them, which was great. But when I called in and was talking with her to see if she would come on, she'd never heard of a professional pet sitter. She had no idea we existed. She didn't even know there was such a thing. And I was like, well, really? But it was great to educate her.
Yeah, and I think that's a dichotomy. I think that's a dichotomy between animal welfare, the pet industry, and the veterinary profession, because I think until recently they were they were very much separate worlds. You had 1, 2, 3, and now there's a blending or a quest to blend those industries because they are interlapping. I mean, the pet industry affects animal welfare, and I think it's interesting that more and more within the industry are now standing up and taking notice and realizing the importance of animal welfare and those organizations, because they make up for a pretty large percentage of the animals that you all are pet sitting and how important that is. I just find it interesting and good for you. And I just have to compliment you, Jessica. You led that organization through the pandemic, and you kept it going.
Yeah.
And no one knew what was going on from a standpoint of, especially with pet sitting. All of a sudden they were without jobs, or they couldn't enter into the homes. No one knew. But you, just for those of you all who don't know Jessica that well, Jessica has done just a phenomenal job in building businesses and clients and helping them reach, incredible heights with their pet sitting and their businesses. But when you were leading NAPS at that time, you found ways to keep them engaged and help them keep their businesses alive and support them and, really give them other opportunities to make money and enhance their education. So hats off to you, Jessica, for that. You did such a beautiful job, and I want to make sure that people know about that, because you really did that was not an easy feat in and of itself, especially leading through an uncharted territories. So amazing job for you.
Thank you. We met in my Zoom room, and we did. Yeah, it was a tough time. I mean, it was tough for any industry that was a service provider. It was
Correct.
It was a rough time for all, and you know what I mean? And I feel for everybody. I mean, I feel for everybody that went through that, It feels like yesterday, and I'm glad it was gone.
It does. It does. But it's like the lessons that you learn from that time period, and if that ever happens again, and God willing and the creek don't rise, that certainly is not going to happen again. But yeah, an interesting time that we lived in during that time. I was just started with Paws Humane Society, and you come in with all these plans, and it's like, I'm going to change the world. It's like,
and the world changed us. Yeah, and the world changed for us.
Not so fast, Rodriguez.
Yeah, talk about a curveball.
I have never worked so much in my life.
No, I agree. I mean, for a volunteer organization, it was a full-time job plus.
Yeah,
I was like, whew,
crazy.
Well,
let's bring back Joni and talk some more about pet sitting and what pet parents can expect and what they need to know.
All right, let's go. All right, Joni, thanks for coming back, and we appreciate that tremendously.
Thank you so much for having me back. I really appreciate it.
We have a lot to talk to you about.
It's our first 2-part podcast too. We're moving on.
Yeah, look at that.
I'm not going to sing it because I don't want to get in trouble with Apple. We get in trouble with Apple all the time.
Right, copyright. Yeah.
No, because I like to sing, Joni, and I'm not going to sing this time because we always get in trouble.
No.
They always ping me for singing. They think that
Got it.
for some reason they think that I'm singing just like Taylor Swift, and
was it Taylor Swift, or was it Taylor Swift, or there was who was it? It was somebody. We got in trouble. It took me forever to get it on YouTube because of her singing.
just me singing.
Oh my gosh! So I can't do Ethel Merman.
No, I'll never get it up.
So I want to talk to you about if I'm a pet parent and you come over to my house, what happens? What do I need to know? Let's talk about that.
Okay, I'm so glad you asked, because I can't even begin to tell you the struggle of when someone hires me, and Jessica can back me on this. I have a software. They happen to be one of the exhibitors at NAPS. Can I say the name? Is that?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. You know what I mean? Michael loves us for it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Well, it's Pet Pocketbook. So I say to people, Yep. So I ask people, you want to hire me? Fantastic. I'm going to send you a link to my scheduling software. I need you to fill it out completely, and then we will have a meet and greet. People put in like one sentence. Like I'll say to them, okay, I need to know how much food. And I go through a list of things like these are the things you want to put in there. I have literally have a client that has filled out nothing at all. We're still providing service because of this particular client, but it's not what I want. It's every single client needs to fill out the information. Then we talk about that information. So then the next step would be we would schedule a meet and greet. And while we're there, we need you to say, okay, it says here in Pet Pocketbook that you feed your dog a cup and a half of food. What kind of food? Where can I find the
When?
food? When? You know, I've had somebody one time said, feed my dog 3 cups of food. Well, she meant like 2 cups in the morning and 1 cup at night. So, these are things you really want to specify. We need to know. Plus, if your pet sitter is saying, or your potential pet sitter is saying to you, fill it out in the software, it means that both myself and my business partner on the fly can get this information. We both need access to this information. We love notes, but let's face it, sometimes things get spilt on notes and it's like, well, was that a cup and a half? Or is that Freddie eats grasshoppers? It gets messed up. So you want to have all that information at the tip of your fingers. Then you want to go through everything at the meet and greet. You want to tell your pet sitter, talk to your pet sitter in what, not down, like down, talking down to them, but say things like they've never pet sat before in their life. What does like little Freddie likes to get, his breakfast in the morning. Then I give him a half a treat. He goes outside. He does his business. He'll do it at this spot. Tell them when you walk little Freddie, take a right, take another right, take another right, take another right. So just go around this neighborhood. If you take a left and go straight up the street, there's a dog up the street that Freddie doesn't like and the dog doesn't like. So you want to tell them things like that. You want to you want to avoid dog interaction as much as possible.
Yeah.
My policy is we don't allow the dogs to socialize with people or other dogs because, as I said last time I was on, that there's dogs are going to act different with the pet sitter.
Yeah.
They might be more tense, which could cause some friction. So you want to explain these things like where are the dogs that are around? Where's the food? Where's the kitty litter box? The other thing is if you're hiring a pet sitter for your dog and you have a cat and you say just leave the cat, that doesn't fly. We're sorry, but
Nope.
we're taking
Nope.
care of that cat because on it you could go in the morning to take care of the dog. Cat's perfectly fine. You could go in that night and the cat could be dead. It as we know because it's that crazy. So you need to explain the cat as well. So when you fill out a profile, you fill out the profile for any single pet, even if there's a goldfish in your house.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you just leave a self-feeding pellet in there? Whatever. Pet sitters want to know these things. That's why you hire a professional. If you hire a hobbyist, they're not going to ask these questions. Then you want to make sure that anything about the house that is unique to the house, like the stove, the third burner doesn't work. If you turn it on low, it just goes straight to high. I know that might seem like a crazy thing, but if someone's doing an overnight, they need to know what pan, where can I put my pan that it's the least possible chance of burning my food and burning the house down.
Yeah.
You need to know when is a gardener coming. If you have landscapers, let them know, because if they're letting the dogs out in the backyard and the dog comes in on a Thursday, the landscaper comes in. If the landscaper hired someone new, they might leave a door open, like might leave the fence open. We want to check the perimeters.
Yeah.
We want to know if we take your dog for a walk and just bring it back, where can we put the poop? Is because we love your dog, but we don't want to drive around all day with a bag of their poop. So it would be nice if you tell us where you throw your poop. Your cat, where do you want the litter to go? The used litter. There's so many things.
Yeah. Like what
You
toilet doesn't flush right? I mean, that's a,
Yes.
which one, that's the number one for me. I know it sounds crazy. Where's the water shut off
Yeah.
valve? That's a
Yes.
really important one. I know that
Yes.
sounds crazy, but I've had to have that
Uh-uh.
one used multiple times. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where's your fuse box? I know that sounds crazy, but
Yes.
things trip. That's really an important one too. It
Yeah.
and it sounds like, I know it sounds insane, but those are important things that we actually need to know. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because things happen. I've had floods. I've had things trip. I've had alarm systems go off. I've had all kinds of stuff. But those are things that we need to know because we're taking care of your animals and your house.
I would
Yes.
imagine, I know that I I think that I've gone more into depth simply because of who I am, but I would say your average pet owner,
Mhm.
parent, does not go into those things. So is there, you got the software. What if someone, if it, is there, what you should, I would love to see on like a pet parent checklist that, that we
Oh
could
yeah.
have for our audience and on our site. But is there a place that they can go to? Say there's not a software, Joni, and they don't use that software. Is there somewhere that they can go to download that list to make sure that they've got everything for that particular pet sitter?
I mean, you can't.
Naps,
Naps.
naps,
Naps has some great stuff. Yeah.
okay, Naps has
Naps has
I
a
some
was
really good
trying
stuff.
to gently throw out that little plug
'Cause-
there, but nobody got it.
Naps.
right, right.
Naps. Yeah, Naps has like the questions to ask your pet sitters, things
Yeah.
like that. I know that
Yes.
they have that for sure. I know Joni and I could whip up a questionnaire for you. You know what I mean? And we could put it on our
Mm-hmm.
website for
I would
sure.
love
That would
that.
be a great
And
one.
I think our
Yeah,
listeners would
we,
Yeah.
love that as well. Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, I knew
because
Naps had it, but I'm just like,
yeah. Would you like me
Tony,
Naps?
what is the most interesting pet sitting story that you've had? I want to know.
oh gosh. Well, I did have a friend from high school that hired me, and her house had been broken into. So I
Oh,
should have realized this, but her house was like Fort Knox at this point. I'm dealing with cats, so it's not really like you could say to a dog, get in the house, and they do. I walked out to the garage in my pajamas. I shut the door behind me, and as soon as it clicked, I went,
oh no.
yep, it's locked. So panicked for a second. I went, no, I can get out of the garage. But then I had no way of getting in the house because it was locked. So I had to go to the neighbor's house and go, hi, because I'm in my pajamas. I'm like, may I use your phone? Because my phone was upstairs charging. I did eventually, obviously, get back in. But yeah, it was, there are so many, but that's like one of my ones, my always go to one. Yeah. And then,
Wow.
yeah, that was pretty bad. But actually, I was thinking about you're saying pet parents asking questions of us. One of the things that pet parents can do is to listen to the questions that we're asking them. And it
Oh.
sounds funny, but it also speaks to like our professionalism. If you're asking when you go to that meet and greet, what's the pet sitter asking you? Are they
Mhm.
asking you about being a dog? Is your dog a dog aggressive? Does your dog bite? They're not trying to say you have a bad dog. They're trying to gauge this is what I need to do. Like, does your cat like strangers? We need to know so we can protect ourselves so that we can provide the best possible service to the
It's a
pet
two-way
parent.
interview. It's a
Yes,
two-way
it
interview.
is.
You want to make sure that
Absolutely.
we're giving you the best possible care. So if we're not asking the right questions, we're not giving you the right care either.
So would you ever
Right.
have babysat Commander, President Biden's dog, who was bitten like 24 times and taken down some Secret Service agents?
I wouldn't.
Uh, probably not. Yeah. Yeah,
Woo!
I might take a pass on that.
Hard no on that one. Oh my gosh. Are
Yeah,
there any
yeah.
are there any instances where the pet parent says, "Listen, my dog has bitten before. I just want you to know." I know Jessica, you don't really dog sit much anymore. You're more cats, except for a couple select. But Joni, how about you? Has anybody ever said to you, "My dog's reactive. He bites," and then you say, "Okay with that"?
It it depends on how they say it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of gauge it. I recently had a German Shepherd puppy. There was no bite history at all. But we
Okay.
said we'll do this on a trial basis.
Okay. Okay.
Not because, again, it unfortunately it speaks to the breed. You know, German Shepherds are scary dogs. They're not scary dogs, they protect.
They do.
If
Yeah.
you go up to a German Shepherd dog's house, they're going to protect that house.
Yep.
They're not a bad dog. So my thought process was, let me work through this and let me see and walk this dog
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
just to make sure where we're at. Will this dog listen to me?
Yeah.
Because again, it also goes back to this industry is, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's mostly women.
Yeah.
There are men that are pet sitters, but it's mostly women. So is this dog going to listen to a female voice? She listens well to her father's voice. So those are the things that it's not just the biting, but is this dog going to listen to me? Maybe, and the other thing is, what is the circumstance in which this dog bit?
Right. Right.
Because
Right.
um, I had a dog that is very collar possessive. So it resource guards its collar. When I went in, it just wasn't happy. But the last time I took care of it, it had a harness, so it was much easier. It didn't resource guard its harness. But the owner forgot to put the harness on. And I forgot, unfortunately, to ask for the harness. Because this is where pet sitters have to be on top of it. I should have asked, did you put on the harness?
Yeah.
But it came at me. So those are the things that I don't necessarily say I won't take care of a dog that bit, but I need to know the circumstances in which it bit. Because there's a little part of me that says, we put these dogs down because they bite, and maybe there's a medical reason behind it. What did the person do beforehand? And there are some dogs that the medical reason they just have to be put down, or they have been so abused by people that they cannot function in society anymore. And is it fair to keep this dog going in society where it's shut down? So I just need to know, what is the circumstances. Maybe it bit, the bite history was like rescue shelter. Now the dog is out of the shelter
Mm-hmm.
in a loving home, and it will never do that again, because I just need to know, when you go in, don't touch the collar. You'll
Yeah.
get bit. That's what I need to know.
I love this.
Well, and
I
the
find
other
this
thing too,
fascinating.
the other thing too is that one of the things that we talk a lot about in the pet industry is, and we like when I get a pet parent that gets a new puppy, we really enforce that to introduce them to a ton of people, non-family members. So like
Yes.
try to get the neighbors, pet sitters, everybody, but everybody to come over and meet this puppy, but also do different doors, because what happens is that you keep coming at the family keeps coming through the same door. So you usually come through the garage because that's the door you guys go through. But what you have is the pet sitter, you require us to go through the front door because you don't want us to come through the garage. Well, now it's come,
Yeah.
that's a stranger danger thing. So now you're setting us up for failure. So when you have a pet sitter come over, you know what I mean, you're now bringing us into a stranger danger thing, and now that dog is resourcing guarding the front door because it's not supposed to, nobody comes through that door. It's protecting the family now.
Yeah.
So these are some of the things that you don't want to do. So if you have never taught the dog to, that this is okay because you keep everybody going through the back, then you need to let us come through the back. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Because
Right.
this is not helpful. So these are some of the things that people don't think of because they're like, oh, just come through the front door. No. You know what I mean?
No.
That's
No.
It's dangerous
Yeah.
for us.
I was just to say, in the pandemic caused so many problems. You have dogs that are separation anxiety. They had no strangers come in at all. So cats, dogs, they emptied the shelters. These poor things went from shelter environment to a sheltered environment. And now
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I'll just get a pet sitter to come in. They're professional, no problem. These poor things have,
Yeah.
you know, and for years now, people, not only has it been the pandemic, they're still working at home. Office is now requiring you to come in 2 days a week. No problem, we'll get a professional. There are some people that I'm working with a client now that she's taken her lunch hour. She's at the house as I come in. She wants her dogs to see me come in with her dogs. The all four of us go in the backyard and we play. And I'm chatting with the owner to say, see, we're friends. It's okay. I'm playing with the dogs. One dog seems to be okay. The other dog's a little leery. We're going to do this for a few times. That might be something to consider. And she's not even expecting me to walk them for a while.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
I love that, Joni. That's so beautiful because I don't think that people really think about that because when they
Yeah.
hire someone, they're like, okay, I'm leaving next Tuesday. I'm going to be gone at 2. Come over anytime after. But to have that comfort and that you have created and established a relationship in advance,
Yes.
how beautiful that is. Wow, that's fascinating. I
Right.
love that. I love that.
And we're willing to do that. We're willing to work with you
Mm-hmm.
because the end all goal is it's not. I mean, of course, we want to make you and the pet parent to feel comfortable, but but the
Yes.
end all goal is to make Fluffy feel comfortable,
Yes.
because it's
Absolutely.
more about Fluffy has to be okay with everything. I mean, of course mom needs to be comfortable, but Fluffy's got to be okay with everything because Fluffy's the one that's going to be there. We don't need him to be in. He's got to be comfortable. If he's not comfortable, it's not going to work.
It's a no-go. I was going to say, when I do my intakes, I say to people, hey, listen, we need to do a meet and greet because your dog needs to be okay with me. Your dog
Yeah.
needs to be comfortable. You need to be comfortable, and then I need to be comfortable. And it's literally in that order. In addition to like having the owner be in there playing with the dog, we will even offer, are you working with a trainer? Would
Yeah.
you like me to talk to your trainer? What are you doing in training? I want to do exactly what you're doing. Jessica's the same way. We want to do what you do with your trainer. How do people greet your dog? Are there certain things, like we walk in the door like, oh, puppy, but the owner might say, no, my dog has to sit in its place for 2 seconds and then can greet you. We want to do that.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
mess anything up. So those are the things you need to tell us, because we don't want you to break training. And
Yeah.
because the important thing is, we want your dog to be the best possible version of the dog. And if
For
they're
sure.
annoying you, that's not helpful.
No.
Do you find that there's a lot of anthropomorphism going on? So when, I, you know what so
Yes.
I've been babysitting my neighbor's dog, Shannon's dog Jack. He's not with me today, and so she like it's that. Oh, he looks so sad, and I'm like, no, he's good. He's just hungry, But do you get clients that like text you like, can you send me pictures? Is he doing okay? Do you talk to me about that?
Oh, yeah. We always get, how's my baby doing? And one of the great things about pet sitting software is you get to snap a photo. The one I use, I snap a photo. There's icons that says peed, pooped, we changed his water, got some treats, and then we get to put a report card in.
Okay.
So they get to
Yep.
do that. I love it because you can download videos now. So it really does help the pet owner.
Okay.
And we understand the first time we pet sit for somebody, I hate to say it, and I don't mean this in a bad way, they're almost gonna be on like crazy mode of, how's my dog? And they do that, like, how's my dog? It just looks
I haven't
sad
seen
and all that.
pictures. Can you send me pictures? I
Yeah,
haven't
I
seen
need
it.
pictures.
Are you
Right.
awake?
Right, exactly. And we call it like proof of life. And on a side funny note, someone got a delivery one time and they were asking me about it. So I snapped a picture of the delivery. I said, proof of life, just because, you try to keep it a little light too. The second time, third time, people do generally relax when it comes to that. But yeah, you just want to let them know this is what's going on. They took their meds like a champ. And then as we develop in our relationship with the client, we also tend to add a little funny stuff. Like just recently, I said there was a rare sighting of the domestic panther because her cat is shy. So she thought that was funny, which is good. And that helps ease the tension because every time someone goes away, you have to do that. Before I had the software, I was texting pictures. There you go. All you want. Here, what else can I do for you? Because part of it, we are in a service industry. We are working for you. Although the ironic part is, I always call the pets my client because I'm actually literally working for them. I'm feeding them. I'm picking up their poop. I'm not picking up the person's poop. They just pay me. And much like themselves, they work to make their pet have a better life. So so do I. I'm working to make your pet have a better life.
Oh my gosh,
I say the same thing.
This is lovely. So what you mentioned a conference, an apps conference. What type of seminars will they have? What will you, are there any special things that you'll be learning or sessions that, from accreditation standpoint? Let's talk a little bit about that.
One of the good things about it is just going to the conference earns you CEUs, which is really nice. But one of the topics I'm excited about, our board member, Lennox Armstrong, is going to be teaching about like dog handling. That's huge because I don't care how long. Oh, he's fantastic. And he went through a school from Norway, which he's going to bring a completely different perspective that I'm very excited about. And what I love is that no matter what, no matter how much you know, again, there's always something new to learn. And if I have this German Shepherd that I'm working well with, everything's going well. But if I take something from Linux, his talk, and I put it, work with the German Shepherd, it might revolutionize everything. I mean, I have a Great Pyrenees puppy that gets the zoomies while we're walking. If someone can say to me, how can we slow that down? I mean, that would be fantastic. I have an Aussie that's dog aggressive. If someone says to me, hey, try this technique, I'm all over it. I will try anything to make it more pleasant for this dog to walk and not walk in fear. So I'm pretty excited. And there's other stuff, there's stuff like we're going to learn about bookkeeping and things like that, but that's good stuff, but I'd rather hear about.
We have like the other one too. It's important that I'm just going to call it out. We have Doug the dog guy. He's going to be there, and he's doing a seminar on hiring. So like how we hire people that work for us, hiring the right people to come work for us. We have a business coach, Jani's coming. I can't even get their names right. Sorry, Janie. Janie's coming. She's one of another business coach that I know. She's coming, and she's working on business. We always are trying to elevate our hiring skills, our learning skills, and our business skills. I mean, because everybody says, oh, it's fun. You know what I mean? You get to play with cats and dogs every day, but we are business owners. You know what I mean? We have to pay taxes. We have to do payroll. We have to do everything like any other business out there, so we do learn that skills.
There's a word called justa. You're just a pet store. You're not justa. You are, and this is your business and this is your profession. Joni, it was amazing having you on. And Jessica, the things that, I love exploring this more. We can't wait to see more from the conference and about what you guys are doing and bringing some of those nuggets back to our audience and our pet parents.
Yep.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about the conference. Thank you.
Yeah, and I will bring some videos back and stuff like that. And while this will be afterwards, but Joni and I will work on that checklist while I'm there. we'll do it together while we're there.
Absolutely.
All All right. Thank you for being with us, Joni. I love having you on. So thank you too much.
Thanks so much for asking. Thank you so much for asking. I really do appreciate this. This is a lot of fun, and I love getting the word out for professional pet sitters.
Yeah.
Don't just troll Facebook
Thank you,
kids.
Kathy. Thank you, Kathy
Thank you,
Delaney.
Kathy. Kathy Delaney's the best.
All right. Talk to you later. All right. There we go. Honestly, I think Joni and I could talk forever about pet sitting. I think you caught that. It's just, it's so near and dear to both of us. Yeah. But what's really funny is find us on TikTok, you know what I mean? Because you're going to see some, I'll take some videos and reels. And this obviously is being taped before I go to the conference. So, you'll see a reel from Joni and I'll make sure that we do one together for TikTok.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, she's fascinating. I want to have, back on with the, with one of these segments is her to come on or someone else to come on, because even, I think it's a constant reminder for us of things that we need to understand, things that we forget about, and things that we just, just kind of pass over or gloss over, and the importance of that. And, March is Pet Sitting Month, as well as it's my birthday in March. Donations, cards, gifts, always accepted.
Yeah, don't forget donation cards and gifts. Remember, she celebrates her birthday. I do not. I don't care. I'm the opposite. But we got to celebrate Trisha. We'll celebrate all month long. March 1st all the way through all month. Pet Sitter Month for me and Trisha's birthday. Woohoo!
Imagine how they coincide together.
Right? I'm totally cool with that. We can celebrate you all month long. I'm good with that.
Jessica, I want you to have just a fabulous time at this conference. You haven't seen these guys in a long time, and I can't wait for you to come back and share with us. You're going to be actually bringing back some other tips, and then this is going to air after the conference. But from interviews and things like that that you'll be doing as well at the conference too. I think our listeners are going to be interested in this. Thank you for you. Thanks for this. Thanks for bringing her in. Just a delight to have her with us and
I
you with
know.
us.
I know. I love her. I just love Joni. So, and what's really funny is I get to meet Joni for the first time. I've never met her in person.
Oh my gosh. I love that. That's crazy. But Jessica, that happened to you and I, because you and I reconnected after, 10 years, 15, was it 10 years? Maybe longer.
It's almost 15. No, it was longer than that, because I was trying to think of when I had the doggy daycare. I want to say
it was probably 2012. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So it was about 10 years, a little over 10 years, past 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you and I had connected through Canine Fit Club, and then I had contacted you regarding another organization, and then we decided to kind of launch into Pets or Family. April 1st, it'll be 1 year coming up, our 1 year anniversary. And then you and I didn't meet until Super Zoo of last year, and I'm like, yay! I'm so excited to meet you.
I know, when we're at Super Zoo this year, we've got to take more pictures together, because we do not have enough.
We don't have enough pictures of us. I think we got one or two. That was it. Yeah.
No, I have one. I have one picture of us together, so we got to take more.
We can just Photoshop. You can Photoshop me into different. I think Justin, if you hear us or anything like that, feel free to Photoshop us in different places throughout. Wherever, like we're on vacation together or something like that, so we can actually pretend to be on vacation.
Right. Oh, well, you're gonna have to figure that out. That's funny. Well, go ahead.
No, have an amazing trip.
Oh, I will. I'll check in with you though. I could kind of like you check in with me when you go on. Yeah, Trish and I always do a morning text or a call. We always check in with each other every morning, and most of the time we check in with each other at night. Most of the time
we do. Yes. It's those odd videos that I send to you at nighttime.
The chicken dances.
I'll be sending you another one of those. Hey, and shout out to Becky Mosser. Becky Mosser is actually walking now. She's done such a beautiful job in healing. She's now, I think, up to 25, 30 steps. Yay for you, Becky Mosser. We're giving you a shout out and sending you big, big love. We love you so much. And so grateful and thankful that you are healing, and just so happy for you. So shout out to you, Becky Mosser, and love you so much.
Awesome. Oh, and you know what? I get to see Kathy Delaney. I'm going to make sure I get a picture with her so you all get to see what Kathy Delaney looks like.
Not Kathy Delaney. Oh
Kathy.
My God.
Kathy Delaney. She's almost as famous as Bin Laden.
Can you
Bin
flash
Laden
up a
and Kathy
picture of
Delaney.
Kathy? Because I have no idea who Kathy Delaney is. It's like this obscure. It's almost like whenever I was younger, like I would pretend to have a boyfriend, and so I would make up like names that I had a boyfriend. So
Yep.
and then I pull out my cousin's picture. Because you know those old high school pictures that you or those grade school pictures that you had, and you're like, he's my boyfriend, and he was actually my cousin because I didn't have a boyfriend. Anyway, long story short, so Kathy Delaney, I'm hoping you exist. I can't wait to see your picture, and we can't wait to.
Oh, she does. She totally. Yeah, Kathy Delaney with naps. I'm going to see her. I'm going to take a picture, and I'm going to have one with her. Yep.
Yay!
And I'll make sure that I get a picture with her. So yeah, so everybody will see Kathy Delaney in naps. So that way you could see
awesome.
it. So that, yeah.
Awesome. And we should say Naps is not a sponsor of Pets or Family, but they are certainly one of our proud partners.
I'm on the board. Yeah, I'm on the board. Like shout out to the board. So,
well, we've got a lot of fun stuff coming up here, guys. We got some things coming up, even some great like little contests coming up in May and in June, coming up with our friends at Forged and Formed still. And shout out to Wayne Reed and Jennifer Myers. You guys are absolutely fantastic, and we love you so much. And
and we're cooking up another webinar.
We are.
We're cooking up another webinar with Moose's March too. We're in the process of doing
excited.
that. That's my heads down when I get back from the conference. That's my heads down work, you know?
Very excited. We got a lot of stuff going on, guys. So thank you for being with us. We can't wait to see you again. And in the meantime,
we'll see
how
you
do you
next
treat
week.
your pets like family?
I don't put Bin Laden outside. No, I'm just joking. I got Teddy his favorite treats this week. And I got him a new dog bed. That was the other thing I did for him today. Yeah. So, yay.
Oh, nice. I love that. Okay.
I did. I got him a new dog bed. He's so happy. He likes it.
Yay for Teddy.
I know. I just had to tell you
okay.
that. Bin Laden got new hair scrunchies. That's what he got. I got new hair scrunchies, but Bin Laden stole them. Yeah, he likes those.
Well, hair scrunchies are good for everybody. Guys, have a great week. We will see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Pets Are Family. You can find us on all the channels now. Yes, all of the channels now. So make sure you share us with your friends, your families, and your coworkers, and anybody that has a pet. Make sure you like us, give us your feedback, tell us if anything that you want us to talk about, all that fun stuff. You can reach me at jessica@petsourfamily.net or trisha@petsourfamily.net. Thank you for everything that you guys do, but make sure you like us, subscribe, check us out on YouTube. You can always see what we're up to. And we want to thank all of our sponsors, all of the people that support us. We love every one of you, and we can't thank you enough. And remember, check out Moose's March, moosesmarch.com. MOOSESMARCH.com. Come check us out. Talk to you guys soon. We'll see you next week.